So hey guys, today I'm going to be doing my back to school look. As you can kind of tell, no makeup. So by the time you're watching this, I will be back to school already, but I know that quite a lot of people, even though you have just gone back to school, you might still want to watch some of these videos, because I suppose you go back to school and then you kind of see what everyone else is looking like, what everyone else is wearing. You know, there might be that one person that's just got the amazing makeup on and you just want to look like her, or you want to look better than her, you want to outdo her, because that's what girls do. I know I do. I'm like, damn it, she looks amazing that day. And then, so you can come watch this video even if you're already back to school. So yeah, because I think it's kind of depressing to watch back to school videos like during the holidays. Like, I like watching them once I'm already back at school. Anyway, kind of long intro. So I'm trying to keep this kind of, you know, budget friendly, and the sort of things that I was thinking when I was maybe a bit younger than I already am. What was I looking for? What would I want in a makeup look? Like something really natural, something really cheap, budget friendly, so I'm trying to stick to that. Of course, I have kind of got some sort of substitutes, like things that I maybe don't have anything left of. Like I say, I keep things when I've run out of them, like if I really liked them, as a kind of prop, so I'm having to use something else instead because I don't have any of that left, if that makes sense. So it's something cheaper, alternatives, and I don't know, I'm just going to get on with it. Yeah. So I hope you like my look. So I'm going to start off by using Maybelline BB cream in these, there's these two. If you've got normal skin, I want you to use this one. Well, I want you to. I recommend you use this one. If you've got oily skin, I recommend you use this one, or dry skin, use this one as well. This is the Dream Pure one with the little blue cap. It's designed for oily skin, so today I'm going to be using this one. If you want to know more about the difference, pros and cons, go and watch my whole, I've done like a whole video on it. On the differences and similarities between them. And now you could use this and like just apply it with your hands, or you can see me in the mirror, I just realised. You could just use it with your hands and apply it with your hands, but I quite like applying it with a brush. I don't want to get my hands too dirty, so I'm going to use the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I know this is quite expensive, but it's really worth it, and you know, you can apply pretty much any different type of foundation with it. So I'm just going to squirt a little bit on the back of my hand, like that much. This is only £7, and it's really worth it. I mean, I wear this like in the winter, I wear it in the summer. It's a really, really, really good BB cream, and the coverage is quite nice as well. So I'm just going to really, really, really buff that in, because you want it to look natural, which is why I like BB cream and I haven't picked a foundation. Because if I wanted to go for, you know, like flawless school look, you would pick, you know, a really nice foundation. I'd probably wear Revlon Colour Stay. But you want it to be kind of natural, because I know schools are quite strict. Mine is anyway. Well, they're supposed to be, but they're not really. What makeup you can wear and stuff. And I mean, I'm not allowed for any nail varnish and stuff, so there's that as well. Just put a little bit across my forehead. So yeah, you just want something that's really quite a natural, light coverage, fairly cheap. I always think, actually this is a bit pale for me at the moment, so I'm just going to have to use your imagination and pretend it's the right colour. Lots of the things I'm going to talk about are kind of like optional steps. Obviously you don't have to do anything I'm telling you to do, you can completely ignore me and go do whatever you want. But these are kind of like the sort of things that I would wear for school. Okay, next on to powder. I've brought 3 powders to show you, and this is kind of what I was ranting on about in the intro about powders. So the one that I'm using at the moment, and probably one that I would recommend the most, is the 17 Miracle Matte powder. I love this. It's got like a little mirror in it, so it's really good for compact, and the powder itself is really good at keeping you matte, and it's got quite a nice colour to it. So yeah, that's in the shade Silky Beige. Then I've also got this, it's a Natural Collections loose powder, which I used to use in the shade Neutral Translucent, which is, this is only £1.99, so it's a really good buy, it's a bargain, it lasted me forever, and I mean there's loads left and I still haven't used it up. So if you want something really cheap that will last you a long time, this is good. I'm not sure about oil control though, it was okay, but it wasn't amazing. And then this is what I used to use like 2 years ago, which is the Miss 40 So Clear. The blue like pressed powder, most of the writing's rubbed off, but there isn't an awful lot of left in that, like, yeah, you can sort of see, so that's why I haven't used this one. But I did really like this powder, and I meant to repurchase it, but they didn't have my shade. I'm just in the shade Transparent here, but they only had like a really dark shade in the Superdrug when I went in. But this is also really cheap. I think this is about £2–3, and I used to really like this powder. And it's supposed to have 4 anti-blemish actions for clear and healthy looking skin. Don't quite know about that, but you know, I really like this powder as kind of like a young skin powder. Miss 40 is designed for young skin, so really good company if you want to try kind of different products, because they're quite good quality and they're quite cheap. But with saying that, yeah, that's what I was meant to say. I'm using the 17 one because it's the current powder I'm using at the moment. And I'm also going to apply it with my MUA F4 brush as per usual. My brushes are really dirty at the moment, so I'm going to do a video on how I wash them. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of apply it all over, because I have oily skin, so I can't go a day without powder. Because I have this in a darker shade, it also kind of brings the foundation up to my shade. I mean, I think I must have got one of my settings wrong on my camera because literally like I look like a ghost in the viewfinder. Just kind of blending it in as well. So yeah, that's powder done. This next thing is completely optional. It's bronzer. I'm using the MUA bronzer in shade 3. This is just like the £1 line. And I'm just going to use this Henna brush. It's just like a big powder brush. But you can use the MUA one if you wanted. I think that brush is about £4, £4. No, it must be like £3. And I think that would, you know, it would do the exact same job. I just don't like to mix up my brushes because I don't want to put powder on one day and then have like a big brown streak from where there was a bit of bronzer left on it. But if you were on a budget, you could do that easily. You just wipe it off afterwards. So I'm just gonna go like this, and the only reason this is an optional step as well because my foundation is not quite the right colour, so I need to bronze it up a little bit. So I'm just gonna put it, you know, really roughly. You don't want it to be too obvious that you've got loads of bronzer on. Just here on the side of my face, just a little bit up here. This is like a really shoddy job of bronzer because I just kind of put it wherever I think maybe needs a bit, just on my jawline a little bit down here, just kind of try and match it up a little bit, and repeat on the other side. I'm just going to put a little bit in the centre of my face so it's not too, you know, white, but you don't want as much. So that's bronzer done. So blusher is another step which is kind of, you know, if you want it or you don't want it. I quite like blusher. It just kind of makes you look a little bit more awake and a little bit more kind of with it, if that makes sense, because if you kind of like, you take all the colour out of your face with the BB cream, you put some bronzer on or whatever, you can kind of use bronzer or blusher. I kind of like to use both just to mix it up a bit, but I'm using Natural Collections blusher in Sweet Cheeks because I love these blushes. They're only £1.99 and they come in loads of different shades. The only downfall is the pan kind of comes away, but you can glue it back down if you want. And I'm going to use this brush I got in TK Maxx, which is the Light Models Beveled Blush Brush. I know Eco Tools do a nice blush brush, Superdrug do their own brand one, Boots do their own brand one. There's plenty of different brushes. This just happens to be the one I have. Don't particularly recommend it. So yeah, I'm literally just going to touch it. I don't want loads on the brush, and I'm just going to kind of smile a little bit. You know, cringy smile, like my fake smile, and just put it there. You don't want a lot. I'm going to put a bit more actually because I put too little on. So that is the teeny tiniest little bit of blusher ever. I just wanted a little hint of something so I don't look, you know, just brown cheeks. It kind of makes you look a bit more natural. So that's blusher done. Now we're going to be moving on to the all-important eyes. To start off with, I'm going to use one of my favourites, which is the MUA or Makeup Academy Pro Base eye primer. This is in the new packaging. I don't like this as much as the old packaging, but we're just going to use it because it's the only eye primer I have at the moment. So yeah, just going to put a little bit. I'm going to start off by putting it on this eye because sometimes I find that I have too much. I'm still trying to kind of figure out how to judge it. This is only £2.50. Another optional step if you don't have oily lids and you don't find oily lids and you don't find that eyeshadow comes off very easily on your eyelids, like you can wear any eyeshadow and it lasts all day. Please skip this step. I have very oily eyelids and nothing lasts. Like I reckon I could wear a MAC eyeshadow and it wouldn't last. You know, anything wouldn't last. So that's the eye primer. For eyeshadow palette, I again went with MUA. There's two different palettes you can probably choose from. I've got the Undress Me, the original one. You could either pick the Undress Me 2 or this one. I personally like this one for this time of year, autumn, because it's got this really nice red shade and the shades just kind of remind me of autumn a little bit more. They're a little bit more warm toned, which I think is really nice. I do like the Undress Me 2 palette, but I mean this one is completely worn and wrecked, but this is the palette I'm going to use today. And for eyeshadow brushes, I've picked out two because I think these two are like cheap and affordable and, you know, you only need two really to do your eyes. This is a Superdrug own brand, kind of just an eyeshadow brush. I think it's called a blending brush. But it's just like a flat brush that you can use. And this here is the Henna brush. I can't remember what it's called. It's from a shop called Henna, which I bought. I bought it when I was in Belgium and I love it and I wish I bought more. So for the first step, I'm just going to use shade 1, which is this one here, which I've used a lot, and just put it all over my eye with this brush from Superdrug. Add a little bit to my brow bone as well. So now that's done, we're going to move on to the other brush, the Henna brush, and we're going to take It does actually come with an applicator, but I don't like the applicator. We're going to take shade 3, which is this matte one, and shade, what shade's this? Must be shade 5. Yeah, shade 5, which is the other matte one. So we're going to take these two matte ones, and I'm just going to kind of put them through the crease just to kind of soften it up, because we don't want anything too bold. This is really for school that, like, you know, don't let you wear makeup very much or anything. The first shade isn't quite matte, but it's got just a tiny bit of shimmer, so it's almost undetectable. But it just makes you look really nice and awake and everything. And then we're going to take the shade 5 again and put it through the crease, but kind of try and centre it more on the outer bit. So that is the actual eyeshadow done. If you want, you can always add, you know, a little bit more shimmer. I really like using this shade, which is shade 2, and this shade here, which is shade... what shade is that? 9. This is a really beautiful, really nice red colour. Perfect for autumn, so kind of, you know, mixing it up a little bit. But those are the 2 shades, or 3 shades, should I say, that I'm just going to use to keep this really natural. I forgot to say right at the beginning that if you had dark under eyes, my concealer of choice would be the Collection 2000 Lasting Perfection Concealer. Or I really love 17 do like a, it's like a clicky one. Wait, I'll get it. This is the 17 one I was on about. It's called the Hide and Chic Eye Brightening Concealer. This is really good, but again, I've run out of it and it's really old. I just keep it as kind of to remind me how much I like it. But this is really good. Obviously it's a bit pale for me at the moment, but this would be really good if you had any spots or anything you wanted to cover up. So these are the 2 concealers I recommend. Back to eyes, I'm just going to use the Scandaleyes Waterproof Kohl Kajal eyeliner in shade 005. Is it 005? Yeah, 005 Nude. I'm just going to put this on my waterline just to keep my eyes even brighter and, you know, make me look really awake. So yeah, I really love this eyeliner. It's really creamy, really nice colour, and it's only, I think, $2.99 or maybe $3.99. I think it is $2.99. So yeah, I really recommend this, and I have it in black, but I don't like it in black as much. But yeah, that's one of my favourites. Moving on to the actual mascara, because obviously you kind of want to put the mascara on. There's all sorts of different kind of mascaras you can get at the like drugstore, Boots and Superdrug sort of thing. I went to get one that was my kind of like cheapest mascara. I really like the, I'm gonna get it, just gonna get it, it's easier to say that. I really like this mascara from Collection, which is the Skyscraper mascara. You can often find this in Poundland or something. I really like this, but however it is long past its overdue, like out of date. I just keep it as kind of like a prop for videos. So the one that I'm going to use today is the MUA Mega Volume Mascara. If you wanted a kind of more lengthening mascara, then, you know, there's all sorts of different ones to try out from MUA. Some of them are good, some of them aren't so good. Just read like people's reviews and stuff before you go and buy them, I would say, because some of them are a complete waste of money. However, I really like this one for kind of like volumizing. It's very much kind of, I don't know, it's kind of very like the, I don't want to say very like, but it's similar, much cheaper than the Max Factor False Lash Effect. So I'm just going to apply this. It's good for kind of a lengthening and volume look. I'm not one that likes really big, you know, spider-like bottom lashes, but just a little bit perk, make them a bit more perky. Okay, so that's the mascara. I'm not going to put anything on my eyebrows. I would probably normally use like a brow gel or anything, but I wanted to keep this, you know, really simple, really cheap, so I'm not going to use one. But I really like the Essence Lash and Brow Gel, I think it's called at the moment. I think that's quite a good one. It's really cheap as well, but I know you can't get it in the UK, so I don't need anything. It's just what I would probably use if I was going to use something. So that's the eyes done. Okay, so now we've got the eyes and most of the face done. I'm just going to put a little bit of lip balm on, and the big hype at the moment is the Maybelline Baby Lips. I also really love, this one's in Hydrate, by the way, in case you didn't know. I also really love the Born Lippy lip balms from the Body Shop, so if you have any of them, they are perfect. I love them. My favourite is Raspberry, but I'm just going to use this today because I think it's really good to just throw in your school bag, and with the Born Lippy lip balms you kind of have to stick your finger and then you get a sticky finger afterwards, so these are a bit better for school. I'm just gonna use this. Ta-da! Lips done. So yeah, that is my look, as to say. I have been mentioning the Maybelline Fit Me Stick Foundation a lot lately. I have it here. Where is it? Here. The reason I did not use this, because some of you might be wondering, is because it is a bit more expensive. It is $8.99. And and I just think that BB cream would be a bit more suitable for school. This for me is more suitable because you can, like, it's compact, you can use it to touch up, so maybe you might want to get this to touch up and that to just wear as an all over thing. So yeah, that was just that. That was kind of like an honourable mention, I suppose. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If there's any more kind of looks that you want me to do, I'm looking to do some sort of celebrity inspired looks. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!